Hey, this is Mike from Overcool. Part of the reason that I ask you guys to get involved and ask questions. Interestingly enough, I've had probably 4 or 5 people ask me when they see the car with the primer on it, how did you didn't spray it on? I've been building cars for 40 years. It took my good buddy Steve and my son to show me the pluses to using a roller as opposed to spraying. So let me go into that for a minute. When you spray primer, you put overspray all over the room. You have to mask everything off. Overspray still gets in places where you don't want it. When you spray it on, it's uniform. As opposed to when you roll it on, you don't have airborne particles hitting the metal and falling to the ground. So you're reducing the waste by rolling it. Secondly, by rolling it, you can roll it on thicker. Most of your K2s will tell you on the directions that if you're rolling it on, omit the reducer. Just use the hardener, because the reducer makes it too thin and it'll run on you. If you put K2 on right, and let me tell you from personal experience, what I thought were pinholes in K2 was self-inflicted, because when you roll K2 onto a fender or a hood, you cannot roll it quickly. What you do is you trap air bubbles inside the K2 itself. So when you see the ads for Eastwood, that isn't slow motion. That's actually how slow you need to apply it. It's a very slow rolling motion so that you don't trap air. But at the same time, if you're taking care to only applying it to the area that needs it, you don't have the overspray and the overlap. Second thing is, if you put 2 heavy coats on of K2, you can fill scratches from 100 grit. I've even seen it fill 80 grit scratches. That's not saying that you don't need to do sanding of a finer grit, but if you should miss, or a lot of times now since they showed me that, and it's a huge cost savings, because you're not using all the masking paper, you're not using all the tape, you're not taking all the time. When you put it on right, and you find yourself when you're doing the final body work prior to the primer, you see small spots that before you would turn around, you'd put the finishing putty or the glaze on, and you'd wait 24 hours, and then you sand it smooth. There's almost no need for it. I still use glazing or spot putty when I have chips or scratches in the paint surface itself that I'm not priming. And then it'll get a light coat just to be scotchbrited in so that the 2 surfaces blend. But for the most part, the rolling of K2 is a big time saver. And it took me a while to get used to the idea, and now that's all I do. I don't spray it because I don't have near the dirt and the cleanup afterwards. So when we talk about give us feedback, when you see things on the videos, or you see things on the website and you have a difference of opinion, express it, but express it, as we're exchanging ideas and we're comparing notes. There's no need to get into pissing contests. It doesn't matter what I prefer, it's whatever's comfortable for you. But I just thought I'd bring that up because it's been brought up by a couple of people who have asked. Strangely enough, I found out through my buddy Steve also that years ago, he found out about rolling on K2 at one of the paint seminars he went through. I don't know if it was Sherman-Williams or who it was, DuPont. But actually, that's how they were repairing hail-damaged cars. They were actually grinding the roof down, and they were applying K2, 3 and 4 thick coats, and then just letting the car set for a week. And then when they de-ate it down, it was almost perfect. So, little segment on K2 and the pluses and minuses of rolling versus spraying. This is Mike from Ubercool. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and like us on Facebook. That's it for now. Out.